Association Peters, and this is BBI Channel 1, where we'll tell you the truth the way it is. The video I'm about to present to you and what I'm about to say to you on this video may not go down well with millions of my followers and fans, especially my brothers, the co-Biafra agitators. We are all agitating for Biafra. But on this platform, many expect us to tell them what they want to hear. Here, we have this mantra. We see it, we say it. That is the way it goes on this platform. We are not here to be politically correct, and we are not here to entertain anyone. But we are here to empower you with the right information. Because information is power. And when misinformation comes, it deforms you. Here, we tell you the truth the way it is. Now, before I go into what I want to say in detail, I want you to see and listen to this video. It is about a member of National Assembly of the Cameroon. He made a case for his people at the floor of the National Assembly. I am coming back after this video to summarize on it, because the situation and the condition of the southern and the western Cameroonians in Cameroon today is exactly what the Biafra people are passing through in Nigeria today. Now, if we must continue, if we have a hope of freedom, we must learn a lesson from this video. Watch it, and I'll be right back.
I am back exactly for the same reason, Mr. Speaker, that you are talking of there. If you are to shut the mouths of the members of parliament so that they do not talk about what has to do with their people, I am telling you, you will need something else other than just this. Because I am standing here for representing my people properly, and someone signs that I should be arrested, and you did not cover me. You did not cover me. I wrote 2 letters to you telling you that there is an order on my head, and if I am to come here and cannot talk on behalf of my people, there is no way, Mr. Speaker, please. You cannot shut down the mouths of the people who represent their people. You cannot do it. Where else can we say these things? Where else? Are you telling us to form another assembly? Then you tell us. Do we belong to this country? If we belong to this country, Mr. Speaker, you will hear me out. You will listen to me. There has been, I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker, please, Mr. Speaker, please, with all due respect, I have been chased through the bushes for the past 3 months. I cannot come here and you tell me that I should be discussing the Economic and Social Council, our children out of school, our lawyers in jail, and all that is happening in West Cameroon. It means nothing to you. Where in your standing orders, Mr. Speaker, where in your standing orders do you have space for us to discuss the issues that have to do with the people of West Cameroon? You tell me, then I'll go and sit down. Because you don't seem to have an agenda for us. You don't seem to have it. So what are we supposed to do? It is also part of the humiliation, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, yeah, I am now telling you that the person who ordered for my arrest, tell him I am here. He can come and take me from this National Assembly. And the people of West Cameroon would know that they don't belong here. I am being frank with you. I call it West Cameroon because you will never take it out of our mouths again, because that is a territory in which we believe in freedom. To go out on the street and demonstrate is a basic right for us. And that is why we are saying that there are 2 Cameroons that came together. If you are telling us, like a state minister stood here last year and told us that what happened in Cameroon is like dropping a few cubes of sugar into a basin of water. Who is the sugar and who is the water? I'm asking the government bench of Cameroon. Who is? That you rape our children. My brother's daughter has been raped in Boya. I swear to you, the government of this country, does the president of this country know that the governors and the DOs and all the administrators you have sent to West Cameroon are out there behaving exactly like an army of occupation? Our people have nowhere to go. We have made all the efforts. Our ancestors and our forefathers trusted you to go into a gentleman's agreement that two people who considered themselves brothers could go to live together. If this is what you show us after 55 years, then those who are saying that we should break Cameroon are right. They are correct. The people of West Cameroon cannot be your slaves. The people of West Cameroon are not, you did not conquer them in war. If this is what you are saying that we should live in, I say simply, no, it will not work. How do you have an army that's supposed to protect children, step out there, beat them, and rape some? It is not heard of in any country. This is the 21st century, and anybody who does that, I cannot be willing for his government to pay the price. We will exact it on you, because you are making us believe that we went to the wrong place. What is there to say? I want the world to know and to have it on record that we have made efforts. I have sat with ministers and listened to them talk. The first one was the then Minister of Justice, Amadou Ali, 10 years ago. And I took my time, drove from Como to Yaoundé to tell him something is brewing out there. This thing that you people are sending gendarmes to beat people up and say all of these things, there is pain in West Cameroon. And as Minister of Justice, be very careful. What happens there? And he turned around, looked at me, and told me, Mr. Wilbur, it is your people who choose to come here. He is alive. He told me. Last week, I went to see the Minister of Higher Education, Professor Famindongo, and I told him, the problems in Cameroon, the problem we have in West Cameroon, is the problem that will bring down Cameroon. If you do not handle it well, you will not know Cameroon as it is in a few months or in a few years. When people have had pent-up anger and pain, humiliation, for over 50 years, when it bursts out, you will never be able to control it. And I told him. And simply what he asked me was, qu'est-ce que vous allez faire? Because you have your army of occupation out in West Cameroon, you believe that when the people will rise, even if you took the whole of the French army and added to yours, you will never bring them down. And we have no need for that. We don't have any need for that in the 21st century. I was one of the believers in a unified Cameroon. And I want to tell this house that what has happened to those children in Buea University and in Bamenda has convinced me that the people who say Cameroon should go in two parts are correct. And there are more and more of us out there who now believe that it is the ultimate end. I listened the other night, an offer of 1,000 jobs, an offer of 2 billion francs for lay schools, and I laughed at myself. Are my people slaves? So you now take them to be your dogs, that you can beat and wound and maim, break their bones, then throw a piece of meat for them to fight over. It has to end. If we, the people of West Cameroon, have to continue doing what we are doing, it is because we believe that the more is always the merrier. When you have more people, you have more chances of surviving in life. If the more people who are the people of East Cameroon have proven to us that our blood means nothing, then it is time for us to say it will soon be over. I want to give you a quote here in this house that I borrowed from the American liberators. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression. I called it oppression because of what I've seen in the field. Let me quote you another two instances. 3 weeks ago, there was an incident in Bangolan, which is a neighboring village to Jakiri, where I come from. And I don't know what it was about, and the gendarme officer was killed. And the forces of law and order under the instructions of the SDO of Ngokitunya move into Jakiri, a neighboring village, and take away 100 men. Just beat them up, break their bones, and then just leave them there. And I went to that place where he took these people and I told him, Mr. SDO, you are going to release my people. He sent soldiers to me, and one of them told me, I said, I am the representative of these people because I'm a parliamentarian. And the young man turned around and asked me, "Et puis quoi? On n'est pas ici à Yaoundé." And he drew a line on the ground to tell me, if you cross here, you will see the consequences. Unfortunately for him, I happen to be a descendant of the warriors, so nobody draws a line before me. And I crossed, and I told him, shoot me. I told the SDO, release my people. In 12 hours, he released them. But some are still lying in the hospital. They beat and kicked a woman and she miscarried, a pregnant woman. And nobody can question this. That is the reason in this master plan to finish our culture and our people. You have chosen that every single administrator or every commander of the army is from East Cameroon. That is why they sit there and they can kill the people without remorse. This has to end. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, I want to repeat this quote. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. We, the people of West Cameroon, will resist you, and if you want to take that territory by force, you will kill to the last man before you take it. And you can start from me today. You can start from me. It has to end. Somebody has to know that this is not how you treat a people. 50 years is too long. 50 years is a very, very long time. And we come here and sit just talking about the budget. You normalize murder. You normalize rape. Mr. Speaker, I am sorry to tell you that this is part of the resistance. You will hear me to the end. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. It is my duty to defend my people. You will not stop me because of lack of time. Or if you want to, you can call your brutal gendarmes to come and kill me here. I will not. I will not. I want you to hear this, Mr. Speaker, that my people are suffering, and that the cube of sugar that was defined in this house. Are you just angry, Mr. Speaker, that the person you considered your slave, a slave has risen in the master's house and is asking a question? I have. Mr. Speaker, I'm telling you, this is part of my resistance, and you will hear me to the end. Bring the brutal soldiers who raped our daughters to take me out of here. I will say it to my end. I will say it to the end. There is nothing you can do to me. I'm wondering whether His Excellency the President of the Republic knows that the governors and the DOs are behaving exactly when they are posted to West Cameroon as colonial masters. When they abuse people and insult them and do all they have done, we have to resist, and we have to tell you our people will not be brought down because we came into this union as equal partners. Yes, sir. And I am done. And I am done. And we will resist. And there is nothing you can do to stop us, because this is part of our culture that we inherited. You people who fear every administrator and every ruler, we challenge our rulers, we take them to task, and that is why they are accountable. Thank you very much.
You have seen it. You have heard it. When are we going to have such men, fearless men, representing us in government? The Biafrans, I mean. The Biafrans from the core. The Biafrans who are not politically correct. The Biafrans who are not afraid of the caliphate. The Biafrans who are not afraid of any consequences. People of sound mind and men of integrity, to stand before the world and tell them the way it is, what our people demands in Nigeria today. I can remember in 2017, I and my colleague Nnamdi Vincent and Enugu visited Nnamdi Kanu in Kuje prison when he sent Kala Dejene and a German to come and apologize to the Council of Elders, especially Dr. Dezey Ikedife. We were sent, and the person that led that delegation to Kuje prison is Kala Dejene. We went there. I met eyeball to eyeball with my brother Nnamdi Kanu, and I told him this. Exactly what you just saw, exactly the kind of man you just watched in that video from southern Cameroon or western Cameroon is exactly what I begged and pleaded with my brother Nnamdi Kanu that we need. It has come to a point where we need such men to take the Biafran case to where it matters most. In a simple language, I told him, my brother, no matter what have happened, a lot of water have passed under the bridge. We have come to the point where God have brought you to the front burner. I will say God has brought you to the front burner because believe to Kendelia. Those that understand what I say will understand what I say. The arrest of Nnamdi Kanu brought him and the Biafran case into the front burner. Now, what we do with it is what matters, and not what happened. What we do with the opportunity we had is what matters. I told Nnamdi Kanu specifically in Kuje prison, in a plain language, that God has delivered the Southeast into your hands. Hijack, take over the political landscape of the Southeast. Determine who goes into power to make sure that they drive the aspiration of the Biafran people into the government houses, into the parliament, and before the international communities where it matters most. I got the biggest shock of my life with the response of Nnamdi Kanu when I told him it is time for us to expel all the anti-Biafran politicians from representing the Southeast. None of them should win a single vote for our people if truly we want our freedom. That this is a time for us to bring in a new order that will change the political landscape of our land. Bring in men, bring in women of integrity, fearless people who will stand against all odds, to stand with their people and to say their aspiration where it matters most. I remember when Nnamdi Kanu will always quote and say, be fearless before your enemies. Speak the truth even if it leads to your death. That is the oath we have taken. When the chiefs are down, then you know the right people that are qualified for the job. Nnamdi Kanu made a shocking response to my demands and request. He said we should leave the current political structure of Igbo land, that we should just forgive them and leave them to continue. If he didn't say so, God is my witness, I will not live too long. I make this and I tell him to challenge it anywhere. Those of his followers that were there with me, they can bear me witness. When Nnamdi Kanu came out from Kuje prison a few weeks later, we all know about our political involvement last year. I am not bothered or worried too much about the kind of politician we have now, like Ike Kwademado, somebody like Abaribe, and somebody like Biktume, and the Senate. They are doing wonderfully well. But we need men that are men. These men have been doing, I must give them that credit. They are doing their own bit with respect to our aspiration. But we need more than that. We need men that can speak like the man you just watched via this video. The man that spoke for his people. This is the kind of people we need. I told him, we have what it takes. Channel the energy, the moving machine of these people on the street. Channel it to political power. Grab it and determine what happens in our land. You all saw what happened. You all saw how Python dance was brought upon our people. You all saw how many people died. And the biggest mistake he made was to say no election. No election. Is it to hand over our land to the caliphate in the form of APC? That was why we said that come on, if you come here anywhere, we said and make it bold. And I'm here to say without any apology that we supported APGA because that is the last legacy of our people with respect to Dim or Dumego Jugu. We had gone into UPP for the experiment and we saw that Ife and are not the same people. I don't want to mention names here. From the links above, you'll be seeing some links dropping. Click on them and you get all the informations. I'm not here to start calling names or start going back to what happened in the past. But I must refer to them for us to get the right information and well informed. My people, it is high time we swim ourselves to the shore of freedom and not get drowned by ignorance of those who tell you that we will not participate in the political decision of our land. And we have freely, it's just like a football team that refused to come and play a match against their opponent in the protest. If you don't do that, we that played football, we call it walkover. Without a swear, the 3 points will be awarded to the team that appeared for the match. That is exactly what the Biafra people have been doing by not participating. Until we get involved, we will continue to be swimming and drowning in the deep sea of ignorance. I make bold to say this with no apology. And we will, the world bear me witness, we will rescue our land from those who want to use, or who have continued to use our current situation for their personal gratification, within the Biafran struggle and without the Biafran struggle. Thank you for watching. Till I come next time, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, like and share this video. If you subscribe to that channel, click on the bell so that you will be able to get more of our updates whenever we bring it up. On this platform, we see it, we say it. Thank you for watching and goodbye. I still remain as Lieutenant Peters. May God bless you. Remain safe.